Nam yo ho renge kyo, nam yo ho renge kyo, nam yo ho renge kyo. So I've decided that I'm going to start each video with that. That's my Buddha, health, and more. So that's the Buddha part. So what Nam Myoho Renge Kyo means, and I'm not going to give this explanation every time. So if you don't watch this very first video, what it means is I devote myself to the mystic nature of life through the simultaneity of cause and effect through sound or teachings. I devote myself to the mystic nature of life through the simultaneity of cause and effect through sound or teaching. Okay? So in my last video, I told you guys that I was going to show you my tuning forks that were chakras. So here's the forks that we're going to be using. I'm going to be showing you all today. Now, these are not all the chakras. These are just the 7 main chakras that most people are familiar with. And I'm going to go over each one just briefly. I'm going to also tell you a gemstone. So this is them, all 7. And if you see behind me, I have the chakras hanging on my wall. So I'm going to give you a brief explanation of each one. And I'm also going to give you an associated gemstone with it. So I'm going to give you sound. This is root, but I'll talk about this later. I'm going to give you sound. I'm not going to show you, but I'm also going to give you information about a gemstone that you can use with it, and a essential oil. I will show you the gemstones that I use with mine. Excuse me one second. So I have my little set of gemstones that I use with my chakra forks. So let me just give you a little explanation of what chakras are, if you're not familiar with them. So chakras are the energy centers in the body where energy flows through freely. Those energy centers are directly linked to our mental, physical, and emotional attributes. Some of these 7 chakras can be blocked, underactive, or too open, overactive. When this happens, our being as a whole cannot balance, often leading to illness or emotional blocks, and therefore creating an unhealthy environment. By understanding what each chakra represents and what you can do this energy flowing to keep this energy flowing freely, you can achieve an optimal quality of health for yourself and those around you. So I'm going to start with the root chakra, and I'm going to show you the tuning fork, the tuning fork. And then I'm going to show you the hertz that it is. So this is the root chakra. I'm going to hope that you can see. It says root. Let me see if I can get that clear. See, can you see that? I apologize. Let me get a little closer. See if that works. Nope, that doesn't work. How about there? That's a little better. Well, it's the root chakra, and this is 194.18 hertz. And so this is what it sounds like. I'm balancing myself. Over or underactive. So the root chakra, the purpose of balancing the root chakra is to help you if you're feeling like you're in the fight or flight. This is the base chakra. And it helps with security and stability and grounding. And the element that's associated with the root chakra is earth. So one of the gemstones that you can use with the root chakra is a red jasper. And this is just a nice little red stone. And I use these when I do chakra balancing. I put this on the body, and then I take the tuning fork. I hit the tuning fork, and then I put the tuning fork against the stone with my hand and let it vibrate into the body. Okay, so this is the root chakra. The essential oil that I like to use with this is cedarwood, because that's a good grounding oil. So root chakra, red jasper, and it's also red. Red is the color of root chakra, one of the colors. Root chakra, red jasper, and cedarwood. Okay? So next we have the sacral chakra. See if I can show you that. I don't know if that's better. Is that better? Well, so this is a 210 hertz. And the sacral chakra is associated with the color orange. And the stone that I like to use with this is carnelian. This is a nice piece of carnelian. So you put this on the sacral chakra on the body. And I'm not going to go into the areas of the body. The root chakra starts down by the pubic area. And then it just goes up the body to the top of the crown. So this is the sacral chakra. This is the color orange. And if you see on my chakra chart behind me, we're going up. So orange is next. And then this is the sound. So the sacral chakra is associated with your sexuality. It's also a soul fire area. It's also for your authentic creativity. Like I said, the color is orange. It's slightly below the navel. And the essential oil that I like to use with this is tangerine. It's orange, and it also has a good uplifting, helping with the creativity, and also, believe it or not, it really, the smell is so sweet that it could help with sensuality and sexuality. So I like to use tangerine, and like I said, the color is orange. I don't know if you can see that really well. That's orange. And I use carnelian. So this is the sacral chakra. So next, we're going to go to the solar plexus. I hope you can see this. So this is 126.22 hertz. And the stone that I like to use with this is, and you can be creative, I like to use citrine. I don't have my citrine in here. So another stone that I like to use with this is amber. And this is a nice piece of amber that I got in Quartzsite, Arizona. I got a bag of it. I love amber. It's just a resin, but it's very good for the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra is located slightly above the navel. So let me let you hear what the sacral chakra sounds like. Isn't that lovely? And you all are getting some balancing as I do this as well. So just know that. So the sacral chakra is really, the purpose of it is for power. It's just above your navel. So this is your power, your self-worth, your self-confidence. And it really helps you really have that self-belief in yourself. So, if you wear yellow, if you, carry a piece of amber or citrine or Another stone that's good with this is sunstone. So what I love, the oil that I like to use with this, believe it or not, is clove. Clove is, it has so many different benefits, but clove to me is very opening. It makes you feel empowered. I mean, you can just, and I have all the oils, and I'm sorry that I didn't bring them out for you all to see. You wouldn't be able to smell them, but I could. But so I like to, when I'm balancing chakras, I like to put the scent under the person's nose, put the gemstone on this one just above the navel, and then take the sound and hit it to the stone, hold it to the stone as they feel the vibration in their body. I love all of them, so you're going to hear me say that a lot. So this is the solar plexus. Next is the heart, which is green. And some people also use pink. So this is the heart. This is one of my favorite sounds because I also have this in 2 other tuning forks. This is a ohm. This is the ohm. This is 136.10 megahertz. Megahertz. Yes. So let me let you hear what the heart sounds like. You've heard this before. I don't know if you can hear the part of it. I can. Oh, I love it. Oh my goodness. And the stone that I like to use with this is, because it's green, and it can be pink, but I like to use green, is aventurine. So this is my nice piece of aventurine. And this goes where you would think, the heart. So you put it on the heart chakra, and you hit the tuning fork, and you just hold it there like that. So I couldn't show you all the other ones because they were so low, but this is how I do it. And you can see it vibrating, so the person can feel it vibrating in their body. And excuse me, the essential oil that I like to use with this is I like geranium. Geranium is smells similar to rose. It's like they call it the poor person's rose, but it's one of those love scents. You can also make perfume out of it. And another oil that you can use for the heart chakra that is another love essential oil is ylang ylang. I also love that. I mean, you can put it under their nose and then hit their heart chakra, and it just really balances. And another thing, you could use rose, but rose essential oil, believe it or not, is very expensive. So if you don't, and I'm not saying that you need to, spend hundreds of dollars for it, but it's not going to be cheap. If you find cheap rose, then it's probably mixed with something, because rose, it takes about 1,000 petals of rose to make 5 ounces. 5 milliliters. And that's just a small bottle. So, and that small bottle like that can cost like about $200, maybe a little bit less, maybe $150 if you find it someplace decent. But it's not a cheap essential oil. So if you have one that if you paid about $10 for it, I promise you that it's probably mixed with something else. So it's not I'm not saying that it's a bad essential oil, but it's not pure rose. And it probably can still give you the benefits of rose, but I prefer to use something that I know is not mixed with something like ylang ylang or geranium, because they're both lovely floral scents. And so the purpose of the heart chakra is for love, of course. Love and joy and inner peace. And so when you use those oils with it, it really opens up your heart chakra to make you feel that inner love for not just yourself, but for other people as well. So let me just let you hear the heart chakra one more time. And again, I have 2 of these already in Om, so I just, really like Om. So that's the heart chakra. Next is the throat chakra. So this is the throat chakra. I'm getting better. So this one is 141.27 hertz. And the stone that I like to use with this is sodalite. And I love this piece of sodalite because it kind of looks like earth a little bit. I just love it. It's just, you know, really powerful for me. And the throat chakra, which you would imagine is associated with communication and self-expression of feelings and speaking your truth and holding secrets. I mean, so it's really located in the throat area. And I love to use lavender with this. And because lavender is just, it's kind of like it's really like the catch-all essential oil. You can use lavender for so many different things. So I like to use lavender because it does has a very great scent, and it definitely is good for opening your communication. It helps you, you know, it helps with anxiety, and that could, you know, be a part of holding back your communication. So you want to use oils and sounds that open your communication mentally, physically, and emotionally. So I'm going to let you hear the throat chakra. And this is blue, as you can see from my chart behind me, and from I just have these balls on here, but when I do my treatments, and I know you notice them on all of the different forks that I have, when I do my treatments, I take them off because I want the client to feel the vibration of the fork, and this kind of takes it away. So I just have this on here so that when I pick it up to use the actual fork, I know which one I'm using because they are color coordinated. So this is the throat chakra. So I just use those for color. Okay. So the next one is the third eye. And the third eye is associated with, let me just show you. Sorry. Here we go. So this is 222.23 hertz. And this is associated with your intuition. This is like right between the two eyes. So it's the third eye. So the color for this is kind of like a violet, or I would say lavender or amethyst. And amethyst is the stone that I use with this. So here's a nice piece of amethyst that I have. And you just put this on the third eye. And they're laying down, of course. And you take the sound. So here's the sound. Isn't that beautiful? And then you just put this on the third eye, and then you just hold it on there. And you can feel the vibration of the third eye tuning fork. Really, I mean, really opening up that third eye. And so this is also for helping you with your ability to think. This is good for imagination. This is good for wisdom. This is good for, you know, making decisions. And like I said, it's between the brow. It's in the middle of the, on the forehead and between the brow. And I said the stone that I like to use with this is amethyst. And the essential oil that I like to use with this is clary sage. Clary sage is good for definitely opening up the third eye. It's good for clearing fogginess, and it's good for focus. So I like to use clary sage with the third eye and amethyst. And the last one is the crown. Let's see. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. So this is a 172.06 hertz. And there's a lot of different stones that you can use with this. I personally, because it's a, you could actually use amethyst with this, but I like to use a kind of like, I want to say generic stone, and that's clear quartz. I just have a small piece of clear quartz that I put on the crown, and I can just sit it there right now. And the crown is good for cognition. It's good for connection with spirituality and your higher self and your life purpose. So that's why I like to use this, because this one you can program for any of the chakras. So that's why I use this clear quartz, because it's so generic. You can use it for every or just one. And I do use different stones. You can use amethyst. You can use lepidolite. You can use Herkimer diamond. You can use sugilite. So I do have some of those other stones, but I like to use clear quartz on the third eye. I mean, on the crown chakra, because it's such a neutral stone. But Herkimer diamond is another stone that I like to use. I do have a smaller Herkimer diamond that I use on that, but it's so small that I use this one because I wanted you to be able to see the stone that you can use. The Herkimer other piece that I have is so small that I don't think you would have been able to really see it. So let me let you hear what the crown fork sounds like. So now the crown color can be like, that's why I use either clear quartz or amethyst, because the crown color, some people like to use violet, some people like to use white. So it depends on you. I mean, and it depends on the individual. For me, what balancing are they underactive or overactive? You know, do they need to increase their activity of their chakras, or do they need to decrease? So it depends on them which color I use, because even with all the other ones, I have different stones that I can use that I determine based on the person, not on the stone itself. So I'm going to do this again. And I didn't say the essential oil that I like to use for this. So I like to use the king. The king is frankincense. Frankincense is a very spiritual, it's a very, and that's why, you know, because the crown chakra is your connection to spirituality. So frankincense is a spiritual, I mean, they use it in some religions and, you know, quite a few. I mean, Christianity uses it, Islam uses it. So, and I use it myself, and I'm not either one of those. So I really like frankincense as the crown chakra oil for me. There's other oils you can use for the crown chakra, but for me, one of the I want to call them spiritual oils would be sandalwood or myrrh. I would use one of those 3 oils for the crown chakra to really open up the spiritual connection for individuals. So you would take the clear crystal, put it on the crown chakra. I'm going to see if I can do it. And just hit it. And then you just hold it. I got it. There it is. Hold it. And you can feel it vibrating on the head and really opening up that spirit gate, spirituality. Just really, oh, I swear. It's amazing to feel the vibration, the stone. And then when you have the scent added to it, it just really, it really helps get all the chakras in balance. So you're either going to open them, they're either going to be activated or deactivated. It depends on the individual. So each person is different, but you want to make sure that you talk to them first and understand what blockages they feel like they're, and some people just want a general chakra balancing because they just feel like things are not going right in their life, and they just want to balance everything, because the energy centers really do help you in every area of your life. I mean, they represent all areas of your life, from your root grounding to your crown, spirituality. So once you have those balanced, if they're overactive, you want to calm them down. If they're underactive, you want to activate them. So each person is different, and I hope that this really helps people understand the chakras. This is just my understanding. I'm not an expert. I like to balance people's chakras and help people really get grounded and centered, and hope they get focused from my treatments. And my next video, I'm gonna talk more about gemstones and the uses for them, because I really love them. And I think I'm going to probably do another video on I'm going to do a video on Buddhism. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back. And if you like it, please like it. And if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to my channel. I'm new and I'm learning how to do this, and I hope that people enjoy my explanation of things, and I'll see you in my next video. Nam yo ho renge kyo, nam yo ho renge kyo, nam yo ho renge kyo.